Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I greet you in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. How are you doing today? God bless you. Now, after making the video of Brother Joshua, who had predicted that this world or that Christ is coming by rapture on the 23rd and 24th of September 2025, so sorry about the quality of that video. I have to do some things. And so here I present to you the list of 11 men out of the number of hundreds of, and in their hundreds, those who have predicted this very end of the world events. As we all know, predictions of apocalyptic events that will result in the extinction of the planet have been made since at least the beginning of the Common Era. Throughout history, many visionaries and mathematicians have speculated about the end of the world, some through religious prophecy, others via scientific prediction. Today, we'll be exploring the stories of 11 men who made some of the most intriguing predictions about the future, the rapture, end of humanity, and the abrupt end of time. Number one on the list is Edgar C. Weisnant. Starting with Edgar C. Weisnant, a former NASA engineer turned preacher who gained fame for his 1988 book titled 88 Reasons Why the Rapture Will Occur in 1988. He predicted that the rapture, the moment Christians believe Jesus will return, would happen in September 1988. When it didn't happen, he revised his prediction to 1993 and even 1994. His predictions ignited controversy but ultimately proved false. At number two is William Miller. William Miller, a Baptist preacher in the early 1800s, predicted that Christ would return around March 1843, later adjusting it to October 1844 after his calculations. This movement, known as the Millerites, sparked what became known as the Great Disappointment when Jesus did not return. Despite the failed prophecy, Miller's calculations influenced the development of Adventist beliefs. Number three, Marshall Applewhite. Marshall Applewhite led the Heaven's Gate cult, believing that UFOs would take their souls to a higher existence. In 1997, he and his followers committed mass suicide, believing it was necessary to escape an impending planetary change. Their story warns of the dangers of apocalyptic cults, and we have so many of them around us today. At number four is John Dee. John Dee, an advisor to Queen Elizabeth I, was a mathematician, astrologer, and occultist. While not predicting the end of the world, his mystical beliefs and divination practices fueled apocalyptic fears in the late 16th century. His visions emphasized cosmic upheaval linked to planetary alignments. Number five, Ronald Wayneland. Ronald Wayneland, a Pentecostal preacher, predicted the world would end several times, with notable claims about the year 2012. He predicted Christ's return and global destruction, but these events did not occur. His repeated false prophecy illustrates the difficulty in predicting divine timing. Number six, Elizabeth Clare Prophet. Elizabeth Clare Prophet led the Church Universal and Triumphant, promoting esoteric teachings that included apocalyptic themes. She emphasized that a nuclear holocaust could be imminent, urging preparedness among her followers. Prophet predicted a nuclear war would start on 23rd April 1990 and the world would end 12 years later, leading her followers to stockpile a shelter with supplies and weapons. After Prophet's prediction did not come to pass, she was later diagnosed with epilepsy and Alzheimer's disease. Number seven, Harold Camping. Camping predicted the rapture would occur on the 6th of September 1994. When it failed to occur, he revised the date to 29 September and then 2nd October. Harold Camping, a California-based radio preacher, predicted that May 21, 2011 would mark the end of the world through a series of calculations based on biblical numerology. When the world didn't end, he claimed the true date was October 21, 2011. His failed predictions garnered widespread media attention and controversy. Camping eventually admitted he had been wrong, highlighting the difficulty and danger of date setting in prophecy, as it has to do with what the Lord has kept to his own knowledge alone. Number eight, Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton, best known for physics, also studied biblical prophecy extensively. He predicted that the world would last at least 1,000 years after Christ's first coming, and made calculations suggesting that the world might end around 2060. His predictions are based on biblical chronology and numerology, reflecting a scientific approach mixed with theological study. So he is still ahead, about 35 years ahead. All right. Now, number 9 is José Luis de Jesus Miranda was a controversial leader of the growing in grace movement. He proclaimed himself the reincarnation of Jesus Christ and predicted that major upheavals, including global disasters, would occur in 2012. Miranda's passionate claims were rooted in his belief that he fulfilled biblical prophecy, urging followers to prepare for a divine or apocalyptic shift. This cult leader predicted that the world's governments and economies would fail on 30 June 2012 and that he and his followers would undergo a transformation that would allow them to fly and walk through walls. Number 10, Mark Biltz. Mark Biltz, a Messianic Jewish pastor, is best known for connecting astronomical phenomena like blood moons and solar eclipses with biblical prophecy. Around 2014 and 2015, he highlighted a series of eclipse cycles and lunar events, suggesting these signs could mark significant prophetic shifts or the start of the final countdown. While he doesn't predict a specific date for the world's end, Bills emphasizes that we are approaching a pivotal prophetic era, with celestial signs acting as warning signals from biblical times. Number 11. Pat Robertson. Pat Robertson is one of America's most well-known televangelists and religious leaders. Over the decades, he has made several predictions about the end times. In late 1976, Robertson predicted on his The 700 Club TV program that the end of the world would come in 1982, which failed to materialize. In the 1980s, he warned of nuclear conflict and global chaos that could trigger the apocalypse at any time. He often warns that divine judgments could come unexpectedly, urging believers to stay spiritually prepared. In his 1990 book, The New Millennium, Robertson suggests 29th April 2007 as the day of Earth's destruction. His teachings emphasize that then current world events were signs indicating the approaching end. From ancient seers like Nostradamus to modern day prophets and televangelists, the stories of these individuals reveal an enduring human fascination with the end of days, whether predicting precise dates or signaling signs. Their messages continue to shape millions' hopes and fears about what the future holds, in spite of the fact that we understand that events and the signs of the end time are here with us. Brethren, it is still not the right or in the power of any mortal to tell the date and time of the coming of the Son of God and the end of the world. At most, let us preach the word of God and encourage the people to get prepared at all times, as that is the import of the phrase, no one knows the time and the hour, as Apostle Paul wrote in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verses 1 to 8. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep, as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet, the hope of salvation. Therefore, from the people in the ancient time to Hubert Angel, William Branham, and Brother Joshua, no one knows the time and no one knows the hour. And so the best thing that we have to do is to preach the gospel and encourage the world to get ready for the coming of the Messiah. Will the Lord come? Yes, he will come. Do we know the time? No one knows the time. Do we know the day? No one knows the day. Do we know the year? No one knows the year. It is very, very important that we understand this, and when we understand this, we have peace, we have rest. Joshua has predicted that September 23 and 24, 2025 will signal the end of the world, that Jesus will come And then eventually, 7 years after that, Jesus will come in rapture, and 7 years after that, he will return to reign, to begin the millennial reign. Now, when you look at this, you understand from the people we mentioned as well, there is something common with some of them. A lot of them are Christian preachers who probably are driven with some knowledge that they acquired, but there is something that is common with them. Something would always speak to them, and they will mistake that voice to be the voice of the Lord. The list of the people who have predicted the end of the world are inexhaustible, is so much. It is, so lengthy that it is impossible. It's impossible for me to finish it here. Maybe we'll have to do a revisit on this. But you can see that it wasn't just only Christian preachers. We have cult leaders. We have scientists who have, delved into this. I call it murky water of, prophecy predicting the end of time. A lot are driven by their human desire and desire to be popular and to draw attention. A lot have been deceived by the devil, because this obviously will make people to doubt the authenticity of the word that Jesus will come. And so when you tell someone who doesn't believe in Jesus, or even who before this time believed in Jesus, and he expected that Jesus would come, and Jesus didn't come, like September 24 and 25, or 23 and 24 is approaching now, and people who have given their hearts to it, some have even sold their properties, some have taken some kind of, measures that will, make them not to have any regret on that day. So come that day, if they have sold their properties, they may have sold their lands, sold their houses, sold their wives, and some may have even abandoned their families, because they are waiting that Jesus will come on September 23 and 24. And if he fails to come, if that date fails to materialize, it will cause a very big disaffection and disappointment, and many would lose their faith because of this unnecessary confusion and the distraction. I tell you something, it is a plot from the kingdom of darkness. I know it is here, upon us. Not too far away from now, we would have this event predicted by this brother. Hubert Angel has not been able to give us a specific date, but he has given us, the year that this will happen. And I wanted to understand that all these things are not, necessary. There are men who are losing their faith. Like I was saying, the devil will bring this up so that when next you appear and preach to a sinner, highlighting the fact that Jesus will come soon, his mind will be numbed because he has been hearing it. And the Bible tells us that people would always tell us that since our fathers will have been hearing that he would come, why has he not come? When will this his coming be? Okay, so this is just the plot of the devil. There are some respected names, some names that are respected, in the society, preachers that are well respected. Many of them happen to be part of those who have given these predictions and have hurt themselves and have disgraced themselves, and yet people are not learning. So I believe that a lot have something appear to them. Some of them are their own imaginations, and they think that they know it and they know it all. Let's stay away from this. Will Jesus come? He would come. When? Nobody knows. Thank you, and God bless you. See you in the next video. Till then, from me to you, shalom.